another Chaos Central production. Chaos List, starring my main man Nzo, 1/3 of the three-headed monster we call the Chaos Central crew. This intro is by this show, the Chaos List. I hope you like it, bro. Here we go. The Chaos List is the name of the show, and the name of the host you know is Nzo. If you say something crazy, dumb, stupid, or wrong, it's a one-way trip to the fandom zone to be like Nzo. Hold up, I didn't mean it. Guess what, son? Your ass should have seen it coming. Gotta watch what you say, just like the Mandalorian. And this is the way. Monday night, 9 o'clock. Second Monday of the month. This is the spot. So get ready. Strap on in. The crew is ready, so let's begin. So let's go.
Hey, yo, what is up? What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Chaos List. This is my show tonight, but we got the usual suspects in the house. Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays. You can also find me here with these fans jumping on Mondays, usually around about 9 p.m. this time. I got another show I hang out on called The Hangout on Wednesdays at 8, and then Storms Live on Sundays at 8 p.m.
Yes. And then we have Chris Knight. Mr. Knight, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on The Real Review 3000, of course, here on Chaos Central, first 3 Mondays of the month. Danny's show's first, Chaotic Conversation. Then, of course, tonight, Nzo's show, Chaos List, and then my show next week, which is the Rule of 3. And then you can find me on my channel, The Real Review 3000, where I do the weekly wrap-up every Sunday. We do Jackbox games, go over some funny news articles, and then toy releases that no one should ever give their kids, but we talk about that stuff, have a good time. And Masked Singer started last week, so we started our Unmasked and the Masked Singer. We are so excited to be back in the studio doing full videos. We released Tuesday a shorts, so the Masked Singer shorts is still here, and we do that with a few little things about what we think, and then we give you the full rundown on Wednesday before the show at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock Eastern. So feeling good, getting some more content out there. That's a good thing for me, I think.
I don't like the new format they're doing where they blur the people's face. You got to wait till the next episode. I don't like that.
Well, you see, I when they were dropped 2 people in the past, I've always said they should do that because it almost guarantees people come back next week. Now, the reason why I think they did it, though, and I won't give it away here, but watch tomorrow and on Wednesday. I think the people who are under the croissants are not well received. Let's just put it that way. I'll just give you that hint.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Much appreciated. I popped this up on the screen just to let you guys know that we will be having a giveaway towards the end of the show, and I'm giving away this Monopoly Avengers. So stick around because we're going to be doing the duck race, and whoever wins will get that sent to them whenever we get all the information. So make sure to stick around for that. It's definitely going to be interesting. Plus, I also think that we'll probably be giving away one of these Monopoly games every month, right? So we have other ones that we're going to do. Won't just be Avengers. We got DC, Transformers, Harry Potter, all kinds of ones out there to give away. So we'll definitely be doing that. So make sure to stick around until the end of the show. What's up, Anik Jones? How you doing? Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. And we are going to get into a couple of the topics that I have for today. The first one is going to be very interesting because I know my boy Danny is not going to like this news. We discussed it on the Rewind on Saturday, but we're going to discuss it here a little bit more today, which is, hold on. I didn't get you guys in there. There we go. That was better. Which is the Blade movie has been canceled. All right. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this because it does say that there are some good information on that, but I'm not too sure. But it says Blade MCU movie gets positive update despite cancellation rumor. So Marvel Studio, there may be hope for Blade MCU movie after all. Marvel Studio originally announced that the Blade movie was in the work at San Diego Comic-Con in July 2019. Now let that sink in. We're in 2026. You mean to tell me in 7 years you couldn't get a Blade movie done? I don't.
Hey, listen, they're just keeping the black man down. That's what it comes down to. You know it. I know it.
100%. And you know what? I think Chris Knight is probably on that page because he keeps us down on Chaos Central all the time. So yeah.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Look what happens. Look what happens. The white man tries to come to the defense of a black man, and we get run over for it anyways.
You see what I'm saying? Victim mentality, right? That's what they want. They want to be the victims. I get it, 100%. Says Marvel Studios originally announced that a Blade movie was in the works at San Diego Comic-Con July 2019. At the time, it was also announced that Mahershala Ali would play the titular character. 6.5 years later, the movie has still not come to fruition, and no director is attached to the project at this time, and the film does not have a release date. Yesterday, Jeff Snyder of The Insider said on an episode of the Hot Mic podcast that Blade is dead. He explained, I'm hearing Blade is dead and that it is a Midnight Suns movie. He will not be introduced in a solo movie. He'll be introduced in a Midnight Sun movie. Now, what is the update on the Blade MCU movie? Scooper James Mack is now saying that the Blade movie is not actually canceled. Mack wrote on Twitter, the Insider is acting crazy. Blade was definitely not canceled. No further details are available at this time. Given that the Blade movie does not have a release date from Marvel, it seems safe to assume that it won't be coming out anytime soon, if at all. Having said that, there has been no formal announcement about a Midnight Suns MCU movie as of yet either. There have, however, been plenty of rumors suggesting that a Midnight Suns project is in development, with some believing that it may be an adaptation of the Damian limited series, which features Mephisto as the main antagonist. So far, Ali's only MCU credit is the voice cameo in a post-credit scene for Eternals. Blade was part of the Marvel Zombie show that was released last year, although this version of the character is voiced by Todd Williams and is also partially based on Moon Knight. So, Danny, what are your thoughts about the Blade movie probably being canceled or maybe not? What's up, Tamika? How you doing?
I know if I was Micheal Ali and this cost me any kind of money because I was setting aside time out of my life that I can't get back, I might be trying to go after legal actions with a lawyer unless it's something in the contract saying that they can't sue or whatever, because this man, I don't know whether he approached him. I think the initial story is that he approached Kevin Feige. I'm not certain, but I could definitely remember the announcement. I can remember how happy he seemed to be. He was smiling, and I think he thought it was be a big push for his career. I also remember Kevin Feige saying that he was excited because it's like an Oscar class actor now. I think we would bring clout to the MCU, which was already during that time riding high. I just think it's unfair, and I'm with you. I don't see how this is not rocket science. We done see plenty of wash, repeat, dry movies. So all you got to do, man, is just have a bad main vampire, and they got to go through his story to get to him and eventually kill him. I don't see where it's all that hard and complicated. I mean, you could possibly make it hard and complicated, but it seems like, and I hate to say this, but it seems like these main black actors, they're getting the short end of the stick for whatever the reason is. I don't know what 100. It is. I don't know whether it's by design. I don't know whether it's coincidental. I'll give one coincidental. I would give the Jonathan Majors just that wasn't foreseen. And the death of Chadwick Boseman wasn't foreseen. But the way they did Anthony Mackie and the way they're doing Micheal Ali now, it's just like, oh.
And then you also have to count in, we have that Wonder Man show, which kind of looks kind of garbage too as well, right? So we're giving black people all of these roles where they're minimize not getting the movies or trash roles? I don't
Like
know,
I
man.
said,
Well,
I don't want to say that yet. I don't want to be the angry black guys. It's always something racist. But I'm just saying, if it walks like a duck, looks like a duck,
talks.
acts like a duck, it ain't
It's
no
gotta be
it
a
ain't no
duck.
swan. So,
What are your thoughts, Chris?
I mean, I can see a lot of that. I mean, at this point, let's be honest, you brought it up 7 years. I mean, even if they do a Blade movie, is Marshall Ali going to be the one who does it?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Now you're talking about possibly recasting. Danny's point, the contract probably gets Marvel out of any problems, but without a timetable, yeah, he's not going to just go take a movie because he has a contract and he doesn't know. And they're probably telling him, listen, just be mindful. We could start any day. I would lean more to the point, though I haven't heard a definite, that it's probably canceled. I mean, it's been in the indefinite stage, no matter what anything gets said. And then just throwing the Blade character into a movie just as like a freaking, okay, well, here you go. We'll just give you this. I think it's ridiculous. It's like, one, the character deserves better. It fits in line. You can make a great movie. We talked about this before. You can make a great movie that fits in line with the stuff that Ryan Reynolds is doing with Deadpool as far as violence and really give the character its true depth that the comic book did. So you're wasting a really good opportunity to be able to dive into that rated R world of the comic books, because I think that's something we talked about with Disney doing Deadpool, is that if you can do it right, which I think we can all say that the latest Deadpool movie did great. And that's probably because they still let, Ryan Reynolds and these people have their say in it. But I don't see why you can't attach it to something like Blade and then maybe go into something else. Find some of these grittier characters that have a real violent nature, like Punisher. I mean, you could do a really good Punisher movie with a rated R. But it does surprise me that they held this carrot out to the fans as much as they have, even so much so that they put Wesley Snipes in the Deadpool movie to show a variant of him. And then there were rumors here and there early on that he may actually show up in the new movie. It's like, how long before the carrot's just molded and we it's there, but we don't care? I mean, if this isn't canceled, now they're falling on the realm of Black Widow in that movie. It's like, when you do get it out, is it too late?
Mm-hmm.
Because where are you going to put him? I mean, I guess you could try to put him into the X-Men universe, though he doesn't quite fall into that. So, but you could hold off that long and put him in after you get done with all these and introduce him along with the rest of them in the movies. I guess you could do that. But again, by the time you get that movie out, is it going to be too little too late?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not rocket science to get a Blade movie out there, right? It's very simple. You have a vampires and a vampire killer. That's it. And then when I go back and I think about the original Blade, right? It wasn't this, like, this wasn't this big type of, oh my gosh, there's so much things going on in this movie. No, it was Blade killing vampires. You could have did the same thing, just updated it, right? You could have kind of took the same kind of beats as the Blade movie and created this Blade movie. So now you have this actor who's been waiting for 7 years to do Blade, and like Danny said, by the time you get it done, is he even gonna want to do it? Is he not? Is he gonna be too old, right? Because you have 10-year plans with these Marvel movies, right? He's in his 50s now. So you want him playing, Blade until he's 60? Now I get it. Hugh Jackman is doing it, right? He's still doing it. But again, not everybody can do that. You need to get someone younger, at least, if that's what your plan is. I just think what they're doing to this guy in this Blade movie makes no sense to me. And if you guys watch Godfrey, right? I said this on the show. He had a talk where he was like talking about how when he first met Stan Lee, and Stan Lee was telling him how Blade, Wesley Snipes Blade, saved Marvel. They were going bankrupt, and this guy. So Blade should be a priority when it comes to getting a Blade movie out there. You know what I mean? Like the one character that saved your company, now all of a sudden you're having a hard time getting a movie done
When did
because
Blade come out originally? What year?
89, 90 or something like that. Hold on, I'll tell you. Blade came out in, let's see, Blade Runner, no. 98. 98.
Yeah.
Okay, I think now, and correct me if I'm wrong, Blade was kind of like a hybrid because Marvel wasn't really, nobody was really smelling what Marvel was cooking back then. It was more the martial arts and stuff and the vampire. But then it did give a shot of adrenaline to the arm of MCU or the Marvel back then. But I wasn't really worried about Blade being a Marvel character. I was like, man, the vampire lore and the martial arts. So I kind of think that's what kind of drew Blade. It drew the fandom to Blade, not so much it being a Marvel character.
You know what? You are correct because I know like a lot of people didn't even know Blade was a Marvel character when it came out at the time. But Wesley Snipes was hot at the time, so him being in there, it was involved in that too, right? But if it wasn't for Blade, right? If it wasn't for Blade, we wouldn't have got Spider-Man. We wouldn't have got those X-Men movies, right? Because before Blade, comic book movies were jokes. You know what I mean? Like they were jokes. The actors didn't even want to do comic book movies because it's like, oh no, this is going to ruin my career, right? So they didn't even want to do that. What Blade did was give comic book movies credibility. And then it's like, oh, let's try the X-Men now, right? Boom, X-Men comes out and that's great. Well, some people like it, some people don't. But Spider-Man comes out and then Spider-Man is like, oh my gosh, all right. And now we can get off with the superhero movie genre, right? So Blade is a lot to be credited for all of the stuff that we're seeing today. And the fact that you're taking so long and so hard to create this movie, it just shows you have, I don't know, I can't even say what it is because it's not that hard to do, right? We got an Eternals movie who nobody knew about the damn Eternals before Blade. And I think I also another thing I said on the rewind is I think that, right now, Marvel is at a predicament where their movies need to make money. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we've had so many flops now. They're putting all of this stock into Doomsday. And if there's by any chance that Doomsday doesn't do what it's supposed to do, then what does that say for Secret Wars coming up a year later or any other movies coming out after that, right?
I sit on the other stream. This can't be a triple. It has to be a home run, preferably a grand slam. If it's not, then MCU's in trouble because, like I said, last year, 3 movies in less than 6 months, and none of them made over $500 million. If memory serves me correct. It's Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, and that's crazy. The Fantastic Four, I believe, had it been pushed 1 month into the month of August, it would have performed better. But you're going up against Superman, you're going up against Thunderbolts, and you're going up against Jurassic Park. That's just crazy.
100%. And you know what? Another thing too, right? We look at the Avatar movie, and before it came out, it's making $2 billion, and it didn't. And it's not because it's a bad movie. It's because the landscape of the movies have changed.
I said on record that Avatar 3 was not going to make $2 billion. I don't see it. It'd be lucky to make 1.5 billion. But I am going on the line and say if any movie makes $2 billion this movie, I'm saying it's the Michael Jackson movie. Just because it's popularity.
No, I agree with you 100%. But even that is not a guaranteed, right?
No, I'm not guaranteeing, but I'm saying I got strong faith. I will guarantee it's going to outperform Avatar. Whether or not it makes $2 billion, I don't know.
I believe so too because of Michael Jackson's popularity. But then you also got to take the other side, which Chris talks about, is the negativity around Michael Jackson as well
I
too,
think
right?
I think we'll see the negativity on the domestic side. On
I agree.
the foreign side, I don't think we'll see it. I could be wrong, but I've seen so many clips of these people falling and fainting and acting like they seeing Jesus or something for the first time, and it's crazy.
No, I agree with you 100%. If it's any movie that I think can do a $2 billion, it is the Michael Jackson movie. But at the same time, like I said earlier, the landscape is so much different. People are iffy about going to certain movies nowadays. You know what I mean? And it's like you have all of these movies coming out next year. A lot of them are not going to make as much money as people think they are, right? Because people are going to be questioning which movies to go see.
Avatar is still going up. It's at 1.2 billion now.
1.2 billion. It came out. When did it come out?
December 19th.
December 19th. So
it ain't been a month yet.
Yeah, so we're almost at a month, and then let's say they do the 45 days. So you know what I mean? We don't have that much time, maybe 2 weeks. No, more than 2 weeks. About 2 or 3 weeks left.
They got a chance to make 2 billion, but
it's gonna be hard.
International alone is almost at $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
They had $888 million.
And what's domestic at?
342.
Ooh, you see that huge difference?
Yep.
That's a huge difference,
It's
man.
A $500 million difference.
Yes. Right. Now, granted, overseas, they love those type of Avatar movies, right? Those things are fire. I think Americans or North America or whatever, like, oh, like me and even Brian, like even Danny, we said, like, there's nothing new in these movies that we haven't seen already before. They're not bad. It's not bad, but it's nothing new. You know what I mean? So it could be the nostalgia's running out on that too as well. Ah, man. I don't know. I Doomsday is going to do well. I really do. But I know there's a few people out there that don't think it's going to do well. What about you, Chris?
I mean, I think that they have the right people in charge of it with the Russo brothers doing the movie. And if, yeah. Oh, God. Now I'm going to because I want to say Filoni, but it's not Filoni.
Jon Favreau.
Thank you, Jon Favreau. If Favreau's in more control than I think he has been over the past few years, I think they'll land it. I don't think we're going to see as high as some people are saying. Maybe it makes $1 billion, but I think the problem you're going to have is there's so much of a disjointed story going on currently that whatever they do in this movie to make it better or to make it make sense, it's going to take a lot of reworking of current storylines or something that I think it'll do well. I just don't know if it'll do, like 1.5, 1.8 billion. I think it could easily hit the billion mark. But as we always say, all it takes is a bad opening weekend and people just say, oh, it's dead. It's trash. We know there's going to be plenty of people that are going to say that already. They're just all those people who just don't want it to succeed. Absolutely. But we also know that if it does well, and if it is a Marvel movie, it's on the level of Infinity War or Endgame, the traction will come and they'll be able to pull it out. I'm thinking it's going to make that $1 billion. I'm thinking the Russo brothers are going to look at everything that's happened over the past 10 years and they're going to say, okay, this is what we keep. This is what we get rid of. We don't talk about this. We don't talk about that. They're gonna find the things they need to do to get this to the next movie. That's what they're good at.
And he said also the runtime, if they made it 2 hours instead of 3 hours more showing, so more people will watch it. So here's the thing, because I think and I don't know how accurate these rumors are right now, but people are saying it's 3 hours and 45 minutes. If it is 3 hours and 45 minutes, then that's going to hurt a lot of the box office as too, right? Because you can only have so many movies in a day. So that could be an issue too. Now, I don't see it being that long. I'm thinking they're still going to keep it to around the same amount of time as maybe Endgame, or maybe it'll be the same amount of time as Infinity War, and then Secret Wars will be the 3+ hour movie. So it's hard to say with that too as well. But you got so much stuff that they gotta explain in these movies that it could see it being 3 hours and 45 minutes. Now, with that being said, Spider-Man No Way Home made $1.9 billion as well. So I think the one thing that Doomsday has going for it is it has all of these characters in it, right? That's gonna be a huge thing that may up the profit as well, especially if they're done right. Now, personally, I think a lot of them are going to be in there just to die. Like, if you thought Multiverse of Madness was bad for what they did with the Illuminati, imagine what they're going to do with a lot of these characters from the Fox universe. You're going to get like 5-minute screen time with them, if that.
The only two that are safe are Wolverine and Deadpool. Anything else that they introduce from the Fox universe, because we already know Wolverine will be in the first runs of, or at least I say we already know. It's been heavily suggested that he is there for at least 2 or 3 more movies.
Yes.
And that he'll go and start the new mutant saga. I think they're smart if they're working on a mutant saga right now, because they can lead into that from this, totally ignore what they start in this in Doomsday, move to Secret War, answer those questions. Truthfully, I would have put Secret War first and then led that into Doomsday, and then Doomsday ended all with leading into the mutant saga and restart the mutant saga with people they want, and then focus on that for a little bit with a little bit of Avengers in there in places. But I'm with you. I think they're just gonna take they're gonna go and slash and kill. Obviously, Patrick Stewart is all for it.
Gone. He's gone.
No, but he's gonna probably be like, how many times can you kill me if we're doing multiple universes? How many times can you kill me? He'd love it, and so would Ian McKellen. Those guys will be for it. Who played the younger guys that were Magneto
and
Fassbender.
Yeah. I think they'll be up for it too. Maybe one of those guys makes it long enough to get to the beginning of the mutant saga, but then it's out. Maybe. I don't think anybody we know is mutants except for Jackman and Reynolds make it out of this. I think every one of these guys is gone because they have to recast these guys.
100%.
Kelsey Grammer's just doing this because for them it's fun, it's residual. Mm-hmm. Same with Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, all these guys. It's fun residuals, but yeah, I'm with you. They're gonna get rid of all these guys.
And they know, like, the last Avengers movies, how much money they made, right? So you definitely want to be a part of this. Now, I know Patrick Stewart said this will be his last role, which kind of makes sense because he is getting old. I think Ian McKellen is probably done as well in acting. They're going to retire as actors, right? But yes, if you're going to, which what we think they're going to do after Secret Wars is kind of reboot everything, then these characters got to die, and they're going to have to go and recast. And I even think they should recast Wolverine, to be honest with you. Like, it's time. Yeah, it's time to get rid of Hugh Jackman. I get it. He was great. But I think the one thing that a lot of people like to say is like, oh, well, Hugh Jackman was so great and Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. was so great that no other people can play these roles. And I disagree with that. You got to give people a chance, right? I think that there are some actors out there that could probably do just as good, if not better. So that's why I want to see them recast. And I don't mind if they recast with unknowns as well, right? I think a recast with some unknowns. I'd be good with that.
They should recast everybody, and unknowns is probably a safe bet. But I honestly, with your Wolverine thing, they'll recast him. I think they're just bringing him in to be more with the Deadpool side of things, and they'll have to answer Deadpool because Deadpool, of course, kind of is jumping around a little bit. But I don't know. I think the Russo brothers are the right move, and I think that's why they brought him back. I think that shows you Filoni is back in charge of this, because I can't imagine Filoni, after doing as much as he did leading up through Endgame, that everything since then, and even the first few movies after Endgame, I felt like he was in control. But ever since then, it just feels like it's getting like there was less continuity, less understanding of the characters. So I have no belief that was because of him.
I agree. Let me see what Donnie got here. What's this? Go ahead, Donnie.
And I know that a lot of y'all don't like all the AI stuff, but man, I watch it every day, and it don't bother me a bit. But this is what I've seen today.
Wielded them as a god should, in judgment of all living things. You are a weak god, a pretender. It is you who should bow before me.
And do you have an infinity gauntlet now?
I do not. Yet I remain Thanos, the great tyrant. No, I wielded them as...
Yeah. It's fire. It's fire. You know, it's just that you're getting all these AI stuff, and that's another...
What, you kick yourself off? Why you kick yourself off?
He gave himself his own Venom Zone. What the hell?
Elite Jones said, what Marvel needs to do is recast everyone and make them unknown, and most importantly, make the budget under 150 million until the audience gets familiar with the new cast, then make the budget higher.
That is a great point right there. That is why you've got to start casting unknowns. I think that
I don't think they can do a good Marvel movie that we're accustomed to with that low budget, because the special effects is going to be fantastic.
I think the special effects is, well, that's another thing. So if you watch, I watch a lot of stuff about special effects and FX and all that. And one of the things that a lot of these movie houses and studios have been doing is they bid out the work before Weta, Lucas, or Industrial Light and Magic. These big houses were doing these, and they were paying out the nose to get them to do it. Now they're doing these bid outs, and when they do these bid outs, let's say I'm a smaller, FX company, and I say, I can do it for $1 million. They're like, sold, you do it. No matter what, once my $1 million is out, and I have to still deliver the product. So then they start just shelling out the quickest, easiest thing they can to get it done, because then they're over budget. If they just go back to doing in-house stuff, and it's Disney, why can't they afford to pay it? Listen, you pay $150 million in total for the actors at most, if not less. And then you put the money behind the FX and the story, but get some really good writers, pay for writers, and you pay for your FX, and then you skimp out on the cost of newbies in the acting roles. Listen, there are plenty of good up and coming actors in the world.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm just saying the fan base now is so fickle, because the first, before I became a YouTuber, I didn't go to movies and worry about the sound. Is this shot? It's the sound. If the story was good, but now everybody, they're breaking down all kind of crazy stuff that just sometimes it just takes. When I became a YouTuber, I took a notebook to a movie one time. I've never done that, to keep notes on it. I think it was, I forgot what stupid movie it was. I said, man, I'll never do this again. But I find myself, if I see something crazy in a talking point, I'll pull out my phone and write it in my notes. That kind of takes the fun out of the experience
of going to the movies. No, I get it 100%. Here's another thing though, too, because we talked about like the budget, right? You can still, and I think they need to go back to good storytelling right? And keep the effects to a minimum, right? You look at some of those older ones, you have story and then you have action scene effects and this and that. I think once it got to the first Avengers movie, that's when the effects and everything started being like real. Okay, we got to get all these effects in here, this and that, and all these things and stuff like that. So I think if you go back to regular storytelling and then add effects to whatever you're telling in your story, I think you can keep the cost down of these movies and still have good effects. You know what I mean? So,
Or you're gonna pour the money into the practical, like
Well, that's
Yeah.
fine.
or the suits are gonna look good, the makeup that really has to look good. You gotta do it in something. Because if you depend on special effects, that could be costly. Then if you make these, but we see a lot of these cosplay people make outfits that look very, very good. And didn't they say that a boy that played Gambit cosplay his?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Channing Tatum, yeah.
So really quick, it costs. Let's just go back to, I think Avengers Endgame was probably the last huge budget Marvel movie. I could be wrong. I'd have to look at not Brand New Day, but No Way Home. I have to look and see how much that one cost. But let's just put it this way: that $356 million was what it was cost 7 years ago. So that's probably 450 or so now. If I would say at least 200 million of that was cost for actors. I'm saying if you keep your cost for actors down, not for the new Avenger movie, because you're already where you gotta be. You have to think if they can keep their costs down on actors to 50 million max, but you get good actors and then you pay one actor who can hold it together as an older part,
A known actor, a name that you can put in there. Yeah.
A name you can put in there as a supporting actor. You do that and you keep it down to 50, you have like 150 million in today's money for your sound, for your effects, and all of that. You can put all that money into it then. It is the actors, because Anik's right. It's costing so much to get these guys to come back that's where all the money's going.
100%. Geeky Guy sent a $2 super chat. He said, there's only ever gonna be one blade. And you know what? Listen, man, me and Chill, when that line came out, we had a discussion, and he was saying, yeah, that's exactly what they're saying. Like, nah, that's not what they're saying. They're just saying at that point. I hate to say that. I'd have to say Chill is right, but at this point, it seems like that's what's happening, right? No Marvel movie has made a profit in the past 2 years. Exactly. And then he sent another $2 super chat. Thank you, Geeky Guy. Much appreciated. He said, some mother effers are always trying to us skate uphill. Exactly. Now, one last question before I move on to the next topic is this to Danny and Chris. Would you feel some type of way if they brought out a Wesley Snipes Blade movie before they did a Mahershala Ali movie? Right, because we had rumors that they might try and do something with Wesley Snipes. I don't know if he's gonna just
same way as that they're screwing Marshall, like they're screwing him over.
Pretty much. Let's say probably. They said, okay, we have this movie. We're gonna do a quick Blade movie. Get Wesley Snipes in there, like basically like a send off, and you still have Mahershala Ali waiting in the background.
If you're gonna do that, you're dealing with a multiverse right now. Make the Blade movie and use both of them in it.
Right,
I think that we haven't had any smoke with the Wesley Snipes side except for the
Deadpool stuff,
the Deadpool one, and I think Marsala has been on the hook for 7 years for this. You should have had something out for Wesley Snipes, if that was your plan already.
Yeah,
I still think it falls in the same realm of it's now or never. You got to get something going now, or he better know. Let me put more to the point. He better know what the plan is.
I agree.
Go ahead. Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
If they're still going to do this movie or do something else with the character, but they want him in it, he better know it and be on board with it.
Agreed. Danny, what are your thoughts?
Micheal Ali probably feels some kind of way, but based on what I saw in Deadpool and Wolverine, Wesley Snipes he looks kind of frail to me.
He did, yeah.
So, so I don't know if I want to see that because you use the comparison of Hugh Jackman, but Hugh Jackman looked good in Wolverine. So I don't know whether it's a lack of nutrition, lack of effort in putting out, or a lack of attrition. Because sometimes some people can maintain more than others. But when I saw him, it was cool to see him on there, but he looked frail. So
agreed.
I don't know. I think at this point, I would rather see Micheal Ali do it because when we saw him in Jurassic Park, he looked pretty fit to me and like he could do it. So if I had to guess, if I had to vote, I would put my eggs in his basket.
No, I agree with you 100%. Nzo, I don't know Nzo because some people who saw the reveal didn't even know who Wesley Snipes was or Blade. Yeah, I feel you. I mean, my theater kind of blew up when they seen him, right? It was like, oh yeah, Wesley Snipes, so that was good. But yeah, Marvel needs to tell actors you need us more than we need you because being in a Marvel film automatically gets you more roles because no way you should be giving Robert Downey Jr. 60% of the budget. Agreed, 100%. But we're going to move on to the next topic, guys. Great topic. Thank you, everybody that participated. Again, make sure to stay tuned for the end of the show because we do have a giveaway that we are giving away, and we will be doing one every month on each one of our shows. So it's going to be definitely good to see who wins that. Go ahead.
Once a month on one show. So we're
yes, on one show. Yeah.
He kicked himself again.
No, because I switched scenes, so it didn't put me in for some reason. I said, rumor is that Hugh Jackman used performance-enhanced drugs to get the look he did. Possible. I mean, at his age, you know what I mean? I wouldn't surprise me at all.
How old is Hugh Jackman?
Oof. He's pretty old.
I don't think he's 58? In his 60s. He was born in 68, so he's 2 years older than me. So that make him 57.
Okay. Yeah. Still old man. You know what I mean? Because I know how I feel. You know what I mean?
How old is Wes? Wesley in his 60s. I'm almost certain.
Yeah, Wesley's definitely in his 60s.
Snipes. Age.
Said Danny probably will give away some advice because he's cheap. Wow.
He's 63.
He's 63. You don't want to respond to that, Danny?
Yeah, if a neat win, that's exactly what I get. I'm gonna mail the box to his address. It's gonna be like a card saying, "Here's your advice."
Next topic we have is Sinners at the Golden Globe. So Sinners Golden Globe win causes divided reaction. Such a sham. Hold on, my thing is messing up. All right, here we go. Sinners was one of the surprise hits last year, not only with its staggering box office performance, but also its glowing reviews from both critics and audience, priming it for an incredible award season. However, the voting members of the 2026 Golden Globe, appeared to have committed the ultimate sin in not recognizing Ryan Coogler's vampire thriller for more awards, which many are now calling a grave mistake. It triumphed in two categories after being nominated in 7, but its wins have caused a divided reaction on social media, with some celebrating its victory and others labeling it a sham, and one of the biggest snubs of the event. The 83rd Golden Globes Awards on Sunday, January 11th, was packed with humorous moments and even became a breeding ground for new Leonardo DiCaprio memes. But like all good award ceremonies, there was also a dash of outrage thrown in the mix. Sinners received 2 awards at the star-studded event, taking home the trophy for cinematic and box office achievement and an additional gong for Best Original Score. which was not televised as it was announced during an ad break. While some people applauded its success on social media, many more have expressed their surprise over the hit film missing out on several major categories. So Sinners didn't just win a Golden Globe for cinematic and box office achievement. It validated the idea that audience will absolutely show up when giving them something original, well made, and unapologetic. The market spoke loudly. This one said, I cannot believe Sinners only took home one Golden Globe. Sorry, give me a second. I don't know why this thing is acting so slow, but so basically what's people are complaining about is the fact that Sinners did not win for best movie or wasn't even nominated, or Michael B. Jordan, said thought Sinners would at least get the Globe since it was a separate category from OBAA, and it's probably not getting that Oscar, especially now. So those are some of the tweets that were going on. Sinners quite literally faced one battle after another up against Paul Thomas Anderson's unique action thriller. It lost out to the DiCaprio-led flick in a number of categories, including Best Screenplay and Best Director. Many experts believe Kluger would take script honors and Anderson would pick up the directing Globe. But these predictions were proven wrong on the night. Sinners was also set up for Best Motion Picture Drama, which was instead gracefully accepted by Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, while The Secret Agent Wagner Moura won Best Actor Drama over Michael B. Jordan, and K-pop Demon Hunter clinched Best Original Song. So, Danny, let me start off with you. What are your thoughts of Sinners not winning Best Picture, or Michael B. Jordan not winning for Best Actor?
I don't understand it, because sometimes the pendulum swings one way and they have these set of rules to judge, and then the next year it goes another way. I think it was definitely cheated. I think Michael B. Jordan should have been nominated for Best Actor, because I mean, he played two different actors, two different personalities, and the special effects. I mean, look, they were right beside each other. And that first scene when they passed the cigarettes, I could not tell that they were two separate things. So the technology he used in that camera system alone should have been, Ryan Coogler should have been, in my opinion, getting more for that. But like I said, I don't know what the criteria for these things are. I don't know who they sent out these ballots to vote on it. I hate trying to bring up the race thing, but I don't. It seems like one constant thing after another. Because if you look at the numbers in the box office, it killed. Mm-hmm. I don't know any other independent movie in that particular genre did better than Sinners did. I mean, it broke records, but I don't understand the mindset. I don't understand who the voters are, and I've talked to both white and black YouTubers, and it's always in the top 5 for last year. I think when we did ours, I know it was in the top 5 for us. So I mean, I don't understand it. It's kind of frustrating, but what can you do? I feel bad for Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and the rest of the actors. I thought all of them did a fantastic job.
Agreed. Chris?
6 words for both of you. Awards shows are a fucking sham.
Facts.
I don't give a fuck. You know what? Awards shows have been bought out, sold out, given to whoever the fuck they want. Listen, if you want to like a movie and you're only going by awards, it's the wrong place to go. Now, I am not saying by any means that movies and TV shows and things like that have won awards aren't worth time to go see them or aren't great movies or shows. It does happen sometimes. But sometimes the best shows get screwed out of awards. And if I were them, I wouldn't even give a crap. I'd be like, you know what? I don't need them to tell me I did a good movie. It's a great movie. I mean, I don't know. It's a fun movie to watch. Award winning, I'm not sure. I mean, again, I don't know how they choose awards, but I wouldn't give a crap. I'd be like, whatever. You know what? I didn't expect to get anything. I don't really need them to do it. It's nice, I guess, to get it. It would be great to get it, but
I want to push back on one thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in this game, I would give a crap for one reason, and this is my thought process. I know in the NBA, Klay Thomas was voted out of. He didn't make the All NBA or something like that. And if you don't make that, it's something that affects your money for as max contracts. So people that he was better than statistic wise got voted over him, and it cost him several millions of dollars. In the same sense, in this particular thing, when you get that Oscar nomination or that Golden Globes, it can affect your salary, what you're asking for in your upcoming movies. So when you put out a performance and everybody says critically acclaimed, and you got this and that, the other, but then you don't get voted for it, potentially by not getting even that nomination, which I don't think is going to get a nomination in the Oscars, it could potentially hurt an actor's money. So that's the one thing that would affect me. And that I guess that would be the 5%. The 95%, I agree with you totally. I ain't gonna worry about it because I know I need something good. But
my answer to that is I think Michael B. Jordan has enough swagger to walk into any fucking office and say, you know what? You want to get an award winner? Fine. If that's all you want, go ahead and get it. I know I'm worth it.
Yeah,
and he does. Walk out.
He may have it. Other actors don't.
Okay. And if you're talking about the supporting actors and actresses in this movie getting screwed, I'll hear that argument. But again, I would think as Michael B. Jordan, if I'm Ryan Coogler, if I thought that the people in my movie were going to get screwed because it didn't get nominated or I didn't get anything, I'd stand up for them. Say, you know what, you go in and you try out for that movie and you tell them they call me. Because look, I've got right now, Ryan Coogler is probably one of the hottest directors out there. Michael B. Jordan's probably one of the hottest actors out there as far as what he's done. I tell them, as Michael B. Jordan as Ryan Coogler, I tell my supporting actors and actresses, hey, you know what? If somebody wants an award winner, you tell them, call me. Because I'm going to tell them, you should have gotten that award. And if that's all they're going to base it off of, is a bunch of people who sit there and probably don't even really watch these movies. I don't even know. They won't even talk about who actually, I mean, maybe they do with Golden Globes. I know with the Oscars, it's very under wraps exactly who gets to vote. So I don't know. I've never covered award shows. I refuse to, to cover award shows because to me, I don't give a crap. That doesn't tell me what's a good movie and what's not a good movie. Now I understand what you're saying though, Danny. It does.
And again,
maybe clout or ability to get roles. Maybe.
Listen, it does because remember, and I'll say this before I get into my opinion because I agree with Chris about the award shows and I'll tell you why. But just remember, at one point when Dancing in the Stars was really like young and stuff, and they asked Cher if she was gonna do Dancing with the Stars, and you remember what her answer was? Why am I doing Dances with the Stars? I'm an Academy Award winner. You know what I mean? So that is a cachet for them. It's like, yes, I won Academy Award. So now to them, it means something because now it's like, oh,
when she got it. Well, I'm sorry to cut you off. When she got it for Mask. And that movie covered a whole range of stuff that nobody would have touched. There's a reason why she won.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. Whatever, because I'm going to explain to you why I don't want. I'm just saying that when she won, she used that as an excuse, like, I'm an Academy Award winner, right? So like Danny was saying, winning that award puts you on another level than anyone else, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, oh, guys, go check out Ryan Coogler's new movie, Academy Award winner, Ryan Coogler, right? So, but
it would be a good thing to say for sinners. But again, there have been plenty of good movies that haven't won.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
Apollo.
100%. We know
Okay, so
that.
Tom Hanks, for instance, was I think he did Philadelphia, and then he did he did Forrest Gump. Then he did Philadelphia. He won 2 Oscars in a row, and then he came up with Apollo 13. Everyone was talking about maybe he's going to be the next actor to do a three-peat for Best Actor, and everybody was on board with Apollo 13 being that movie, and it didn't. He didn't win. He
Right.
should have. But the thing is nobody goes back and questions the fact that that was the best movie out that year, and yet it didn't win those awards. And that's the thing. I don't think Sinners has to win the award for people to say it should have. So I think in this case, and maybe that's not as
no. But what I'm saying is
maybe
what I'm saying is that maybe he doesn't get Apollo 13 if he didn't win one of those Academy Awards. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it can, like, the reasons why they win it are because I'm going to explain to you. So we get into mine real quick because I wanted to show this real quick with its Tiana Taylor, right? She won a Golden Globe. Now, first off, this Matt Walsh guy says some racist crap, whatever. I'm not getting into that. But this is her speech, right?
To my brown sisters and little brown girls watching tonight, our softness is not a liability. Our depth is not too much. Our light does not need permission to shine. We belong in every room we walk into. Our voices matter and our dreams deserve space. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
All right. So I wanted to show that for a reason because one, it's good that she won 100%, you know, but she won for fucking one battle after the next. And in that movie, she is a fucking piece of shit hoe. She's a hoe in the movie, right? A woman that doesn't take care of her daughter, runs on her daughter, fucks around on the dude she is with, right? That's what she won for. Halle Berry won for that freaking monster ball stuff. Denzel Washington, as good as he is, won for Training Day. So we win Oscars when we're doing some outlandish bullshit, stereotypical, this is the black man, black people type of thing. Because Denzel Washington should have won for Malcolm X. That's the role he should have won an Oscar for. And I seen all the movies that were nominated that year, and Al Pacino won for Scent of a Woman. He did a great job in that. Right. He did a great job. He did a great job in Scent of a Woman. I'm not going to take away what he did in that movie because I was like, he is blind. Like, he looks blind. Like, you really thought he was blind. But you thought Denzel Washington was a reincarnation of Malcolm X when you watched that movie.
Yep.
And he should have won for that. But he wins for Training Day. Halle Berry wins for Monster Ball, and now she wins for One Battle After the Next, a movie where she is a piece of shit. This is why Sinners not winning with Michael B. Jordan is a big problem, because Michael B. Jordan, I think, and I didn't see a lot of movies this year, but Michael B. Jordan gave the best performance that I seen out of the movies I seen this year.
But
go ahead, Chris.
Wouldn't he? He's basically still a gangster. I mean, yeah, he cuts down to KKK and other things. He's not a bad guy per se, but I mean, he came back from Chicago, and he's basically learned the gangster way. I mean, so would it have been any difference? But yes, also,
I'll tell you what. Let me answer that first before you go. But keep your thought. I'll tell you why it'd be a difference. Because even though he was a gangster, he didn't do nothing until somebody did something to him, right? He defended what they tried to take over. He knew the clown was coming for him, so he wiped him out at the end, right? So he didn't really do anything for I'm going to go rob this bank, or I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to do that. Everything he did was in self-defense. So it is kind of a different than watching a bad cop, right, run around doing all kinds of bad stuff. He wins up, regardless of what you want to say of how good his acting is. Those are the roles that they win for, instead of winning for roles that benefit Black people more. That's my problem. Go ahead.
Okay, now I'm gonna really devastate you and Danny here. I am not a black man.
Oh, so my God! Wow. I mean, you want to be, but we know.
So what I'm going to say here, I have no way of knowing this. But if I were a black man, I'd say, fuck it. Don't give me an award. I'm going to keep going and doing what I'm doing. And I understand what you guys are saying about these awards having some clout. But I think part of Black history is the very simple fact that even when things aren't, I won't say given because that's not the right way, even when you should win an award and you don't, keep going, because you know what? It's another notch in your belt saying, you know what? Fine, don't give it to me. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do another film that's going to do just as good. And eventually, no matter what you say, don't give me an award, give me an award. People are going to judge it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and part of that is correct in theory, but it's like, okay, you're gonna let me into the casino, but I can only play these games right here. I can't play the other games, the $5 games. I can't play the $100 slots or the $1,000 slots. I can only play the nickel slots and the 5-cent slots and the quarter slots. Yeah, you give me a piece of the pie, but I want the same slice of pie that you get, or opportunity to earn that slice of pie. I'm not doubting, and I'm not disagreeing with what you say, but what I'm saying is, in this game, there are certain rules, and if you get labeled Academy Award winner, Golden Globe, in the rules that they set, that gives you another tier to potentially earn more money. And when it is taken away from you unfairly because of whatever your particular issue is with that movie, that's what was sting to me. And what I want to say earlier is that a lot of it's popularity. Yeah, what you said earlier about Michael B. Jordan walking there and saying this with the swag. Yeah, but let me give you two names who can't do that, and they won Oscars. Every time we see Jared Leto in a movie, we instantly like, oh, that movie's going to be crap. It's going to be crap. But he won an Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
He can say that. Every time we see Brie Larson in a movie, oh, that's going to be crap. It's going to be crap. But she won an Oscar. So whether you like them or don't like them, whether they're popular or unpopular, some people, Michael B. Jordan may have that swag, he may have that connection, he may have that personality to do that, but some other people don't. And I just think that this was in order to get Oscars, I think there's a small window.
Facts.
And if he don't hit the right movie, the right mixture, the perfect storm, he may be out. And I think this was a strike. If you get 3 strikes, I think this is a definitely strike. I think it's an unfair strike, but it's a strike.
So one thing I will say too, Danny, because I do agree with you too, but a lot of these Oscars, right, will see, oh, okay, we snubbed Michael B. Jordan for this one. Michael B. Jordan does a role that's not even half as good as Sinners, right? And they're like, okay, we're going to give him the award for that, kind of like a makeup kind of call. You know what I mean?
I hope that don't happen. I
think that's what they did with Denzel, right? Granted, Training Day, great movie. It's really good. But should he have won for that or Malcolm X? You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm playing devil's advocate. When Denzel made Malcolm X, was he at the height of his powers or was he at the peak of his powers when he did Training Day? Because I'm always going to say this. I think Michael Jordan's the best player I've ever seen. But when he came in the first 6-7 years, he wasn't at the height of his powers. At the peak of his powers, when he made that run, that back-to-back 3-peat, he was at peak Michael Jordan. Was Denzel at peak Denzel when he did Malcolm X, or was he at peak Denzel when he did Training Day?
He was at peak Malcolm X Pete Denzel when he did Malcolm X, because he had already won. Hold on, because he had already won a supporting actor award for Glory. Right?
Yes, but I'm gonna counter both of you on this. Denzel was not at the height of Denzel Washington when that happened, but he walked into a role as almost an unknown and became a person who we had seen, or who, not me or you guys, but he became Malcolm X. So therefore, it blurred the lines of reality because we got an actor who is the right actor for that moment. And I agree with Nzo that he should have won that award because we didn't know who he was or exactly all that he could become because he's done plenty of good roles. But at that very moment, when you went to go see that movie, you didn't see Denzel Washington. You saw Malcolm X. And yes, it's a movie, so of course we know it's not exactly full reality, but that mythos of what Malcolm X was, he portrayed it perfectly. So that's why he should have gotten it. No, he was not at the peak of Denzel Washington. That was the beginning of what Denzel Washington could become.
Yes. I'll say that. Go ahead, Danny. What'd you say?
What year did he make Malcolm X? I'm trying to look
1992. So I'm looking at it now, right? I'm looking at all the movies he did before Malcolm X. So there's Wilma, Flesh and Blood, Carbon Copy, License to Kill, A Soldier Story, Power, the George McKenna Story, Cry Freedom, for Queen and Country, The Mighty Quinn, then Glory in 1989, right? That was one where he won Oscar. But then he went Heart Condition, which like you don't remember that one, right? Where he died and was a ghost. Did Mo Better Blues, Masala, I think it's called, yeah, Ricochet, and then he did Malcolm X. So I'll agree with you that he probably wasn't Malcolm X at the time he actually did that movie. But then after Malcolm X, he did which was this? Much to Do About Nothing. Then he did Philadelphia. Then he did The Pelican Brief, right? So those two movies right there, along with Malcolm X, I think those three movies, and maybe Much Ado About Nothing too, even though he wasn't really starring in that one. So I won't put that one.
What year did he do Training Day?
Training Day was done in 2001. 2001. So yeah, so he wasn't Denzel when he did Malcolm X, but I think Malcolm X was what started him on that trajectory to be who he was.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say here is that I don't know. It's like it was a perfect storm, lightning in a bottle with that movie. For some reason, somebody who cast that movie, and that's probably something that's wrong with Hollywood today, is that people can't cast correctly. I don't think it matters how much acting know-how you have. If you can act a part, you're going to walk in and you're going to do what he did with Malcolm X. Mm-hmm. Again, I think I'll give you a funny antidote to that. Think about what Dave Chappelle did in Robin Hood Men in Tights when he plays that 5 seconds of, Sherwood Forest didn't Sherwood Forest didn't land on us. We landed on that little 5 seconds. That's kind of what Denzel did with Malcolm X. He walked in and he became that character, and nobody knew enough about him to think, oh, hey, that's Denzel Washington from Training Day. That's Denzel Washington from John Q. That's Denzel Washington from The Enforcer. It was that perfect moment where Denzel Washington raised his performance level to where it needed to be Malcolm X, but not above that people said, oh, that's Denzel Washington playing Malcolm X. It was a perfect storm where everything became right here. Everything was even to be exactly what it needed to be. And unfortunately, he didn't win. Now, maybe that's because he wasn't the name. And I think maybe that's where Michael B. Jordan is right now. Is he people know who he is. I don't know. If you gave him a role like Malcolm X right now, would we say that's Michael B. Jordan playing Malcolm X, or would we say that's Malcolm X?
I don't think much people could do that role that Denzel Washington did. But I will say this, that I do think that with Denzel Washington playing Malcolm X, right? I think that was like where it was like, oh wow, Denzel Washington can really act. Like he can really act. When I left that movie, I was like, man, I felt like I watched Malcolm X and not Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? So that's why I say personally why I think he should have won for that role. And I don't think Training Day was a good enough movie for or good enough. Like he's been better. So
what might have hurt him too if people don't like the subject matter.
No, I what hurt him, Danny. Thank you for reminding, because that's what I want to say. What hurt him from winning is one thing and one thing only. It was Spike Lee. And Spike Lee was not in good terms with the Academy Awards and Hollywood and everybody at the time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this because
I can see that.
This is another reason why I say that the Oscars and these award shows are trash, right? DMX has an interview. Now, say what you want to, whether he's telling the truth or not. DMX has an interview where they ask him to perform at the Grammys, but he was supposed to perform a song with Jay-Z, and they wanted him to come out while Jay-Z was performing, and he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So, and they told him that he was going to win the Grammy. Because he didn't want to do that, they did not give him the Grammy, and they gave it to someone else. I can't remember who they said. I think it said Jay-Z.
I can see that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's how we know that, whether you believe it or not to. I kind of believe it. I believe it. That's like, oh, if you don't play ball, okay, we're going to take it away from you. So it's not really this big thing where it's like, oh my gosh, everybody votes and boom, this is it. No, if they want to give it to somebody, they're going to give it to somebody. If they don't want to give it to you, they're going to give it to somebody else, So I think
why do you think they gave Will Smith that he slapped the tar out of Chris Rock? That would have been a prime example. Your cameras.
Yeah. I don't know, my camera's messing up. Yeah, go ahead. That's a good question. I maybe it was a little bit too late to do it, right? Because the way DMX was talking, it was like, he was talking with the Academy for like a day or two, where they're like, they want you to do this, right? With the Will Smith stuff, it probably came up just right away, and they're like, oh, we can't just change it like that or whatever. So I don't know. Could be. I don't know. It's interesting. I get to these comics here. Go ahead. Anybody else know what I'm saying?
I think some of the subject matter. Malcolm X was a very popular person.
That too.
And then I just think that could be it. Some of it, not all of it, but some of it. Because it seems like the people get their Academy Awards when they play a bad guy.
Yeah.
When they play bad guys or evil people or something, because look at Heath Ledger. I didn't see Heath Ledger. And I think his death kind of got him that too. I hate to say it. I think he did a good job. But that got him that. Training Day with Denzel. I'm trying to think of some more bad. It seemed like Al Pacino won it for. Did they win something for Godfathers? One of those Godfathers?
I think so.
So whenever they portray these bad guys and stuff.
No, Al Pacino didn't. I think his first Oscar was when he beat Denzel Washington. I think that was his first one. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that though. But go ahead, Danny.
I just think the subject matter influences the voters, is what I'm saying.
I got you. You're saying, Chris? Go ahead.
No, you're right. I think it was Sin of a Woman. Anyway,
his first one, right?
I don't know. I think what we're getting into here is why award shows are completely circumstantial. I really hate award shows. I mean, even when it comes down to music, I listen to a ton of music. I think great musicians, I don't care, you can say rap, hip hop, R&B, rock, alternative, country. The best people for music and for movies are always passed over. Unfortunately, in Hollywood, it does appear that Black men and women are passed over for good roles or good movies. And
good Lord,
I can't. What?
I said how many times he was nominated. God. Boy.
Who? Oh, Al Pacino?
Yeah. 80,
that's
76.
That's why I think they gave it to him.
Yeah.
That's why I think they gave it to him too, right? All these times you've been, nominated, never won it, boom. And of course, who did get it over? Malcolm
You
X.
think about it. Let's put it this way. Marlon Brando won. I can't remember which one it was that he won for. He didn't even come. And he basically sent a letter saying, I don't want it because of some jungle, like something like happened in the rainforest or something. I can't remember. He basically turned it down because of a environmental thing or something. It seems like people just throw it away. Like even actors who may have substantially been the leading candidate, they turn it down. What does that tell you about the award? It doesn't mean as much as I think some people hold it to mean. Sure, Cher said what she said, but the fact of the matter is, she could have just told them, "I don't want to do it because I am Cher." She could have done it off of just her career, not just the Academy. Again, that's the reason why award shows suck. It's all circumstantial.
They do suck. They do suck.
We don't
Go ahead,
dispute it. I'm just saying, I don't dispute anything you're saying, Chris. All I'm saying is, if I'm in the game and there is a mechanism in there that's going to potentially cause me to get more money, I want a fair chance at getting it.
And here's a perfect example.
That is my main point.
And then here's a perfect example I'm going to use, right? When you have an NBA champion or NFL championship, you're put on a higher level than if you don't. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether you think you're the best or you are considered one of the best, you don't have a championship. You're kind of like pushed to the side. You have a championship, and then you're on that category. So it's kind of the same thing. I do understand what you're saying, Chris. Like, I think people do put a little bit too much value in winning one of these awards, especially when it's a bunch of little white men just sitting around a desk picking who they think is the best character, right? So I get that 100%. But I also think that at the same time, two things can be true at the same time, where it does help. It does help.
Let me ask you this, and because again, not a black guy, so not a black man. I don't know. Does it mean that much to a black man if a white man gives them acceptance in a way, like an award, or?
I don't say it mean that much. Let's say, for instance, we all three of us are on YouTube, and I think was it $250,000 you get that plaque?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can get 250,000 subscribers, whatever the number is.
100K,
yeah. I get 100K. I also get 100K. You get 100K. You get your plaque. I don't get mad. I was gonna give it. I'm gonna be ticked off. Be like, hey, what's up, man? Chris did. I did the same amount of stuff as Chris. Why am I not? I would just feel that kind of way. Just fair. Just be fair.
I get that. But is that the same thing as not? Okay, maybe it is. I don't know. Again, I don't know, and I can't say that I should know.
I don't care if a white man, black man, yellow man, blue man, whatever, don't like me for whatever reason it is. All I'm saying, if we're in the same genre or in the same profession, whatever, give me the same rights you're gonna give that individual. Now, whether or not I take advantage of those rights or achieve whatever, but if the thing is, you make a perfect thing. In TV, it's 100 episodes to get syndication. If I get 100 and I'm not getting syndicated, but your show gets syndicated, I'm on Khoas with you on Friends, and Friends get all this kind of money, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. Hey, did the rules say syndication 100? I got 101. I got 115 episodes. Friends got 100, and they syndicated. I'm not. I'm gonna feel some kind of way about that.
Facts. And here's another thing too. You all know if all three of us got that plaque, we'd be in the background here. You'd be able to see that more effort, right? I would make sure that plaque is right there. I don't know how I would put it behind me because I got nothing behind me, but it would definitely
for the first episode, it'll be just like this right here. Hey, what's up, people?
Facts.
Let me ask you this. Shouldn't award shows, maybe this wouldn't change anything, but shouldn't award shows literally be like what they do when they ask for Nielsen ratings? They send out random postcards, vote for what you want. Shouldn't that be how all these award shows are done? Send them, and I know there's People Choice Awards, and you watch the People Choice Award, it typically does lean more like you would think it would.
I totally disagree with that. I think it should be a diverse group of professionals that get paid or who have
your peers.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, because you might send it to you might send it to me. Let's say, for instance, the best football team in the NFL. I'm not voting for Pittsburgh. I definitely vote for Kansas City. So it's going to be subjective. But if it's somebody that get paid to do that, and they see that they're fair across the board and they're in that profession, then okay, let's send it out to these 200 critics. Let them do it.
Because let me give an example to what Danny's saying, right? They send me one of those awards and the penguin's on it, right? But I gotta pick the penguin, or I gotta pick
Andor.
I don't know, or Andor. Yeah, I'm picking Andor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, even though I can't stand, well, I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't say Andor. I would say something worse than Andor. But whatever it is, if I didn't like it, I could be biased and say, like, I'm not picking this one because of my bias. You know, you'll have people who will not pick Sinners because it's a Black movie and stuff like that. So I think it should be, like Danny said, a diverse, but peers, right? So other actors voting on it. I could see that. I would prefer that, you know. Let me get to the comments real quick. Go ahead, Danny.
I said it should be fair. Like, if it's 100 people, 100 should be women, 100 should be men. Diverse, black, white, Asian, Indian, whatever. That's how I think you get the first across the board.
All right. I'm going to give you some numbers really quick here. 42. Okay, this is the demographics for the 2024 awards for voters for Golden Globes. Demographics. So it was 42% white, 25 Latinx or Latino, 14% Asian, then 10% Black, 9% Middle Eastern, and then it says alongside 58% identifying as ethnically diverse and 17% as LGBTQIA+. The Oscar breakdown is even worse.
Yeah, for
sure. The Oscar breakdown, just give me a percentage how many people you think are white in the Oscar voters.
I would say 65 to 70%.
Okay. Danny?
Same. How
about 81% white, 67% male, and a high percentage over 60? That is your problem right there. That is your problem right there. And again, the fact that, okay, let's just be honest. Golden Globes, I understand they look at all movies across the world that come to the United States. But the fact, I mean, if I look at the graphics of the United States, I would say Blacks are at least the second, if not the first, in percentage. The fact that they are the fourth number on the Golden Globes voting body tells you right there that there's a how'd you say it? Peer. The peers of black actors are not voting in these things.
I agree. I know.
So that is a problem. I mean, there's your problem right there.
Absolutely.
Which is why I think it voids the awards. Just say.
No, I don't think the awards, like I said, like earlier, I said, I don't think the awards are something to be like, oh my God, like, you know, people do their award parties and all kinds of crap like that. Like, nah, I ain't doing none of that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I do granted with Danny where it can help in a career. So I see both sides. Didn't watch the Golden Globes, but someone is going to complain about something. Absolutely. K-pop Demon Hunter shouldn't be in the Nickelodeon Awards or Kid Choice Awards because that movie wasn't deep. It was just some basic kid popcorn movie. Yeah, I wasn't even watching that anyway. So I stopped watching these awards years ago. Absolutely. I don't blame you. I mean, it should be in Nickelodeon's awards, the kids' awards. Okay, it should be. I got you. It was good, but I kind of had the same reaction with Parasite. Unlikely to see it again. I liked Parasite, though. I thought Parasite was good. Sinners should get more award nominations, but we know why it didn't. Absolutely. MCU can't handle Blade. They trash because they ain't going to do no Blade. Yeah, of course. Once you heard MCU at the beginning, you know it had to be Nerdman, right? Texans are winning 7-6. Yeah, I got it on. I know. The Oscars will snub Sinners as well. Yes, absolutely. That's why I don't watch them.
I
Yes.
think they will.
And they usually say that movies that win like the Golden Globes are the ones that go on to win the Oscars. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Award shows are jerk off circles. Facts. Black Panther is almost as terrible as that Infinity War. You know what? I'm gonna ignore your nerd man. Black Panther never should got anywhere near an Oscar. Beaming said all that matters is K-pop Demon Hunter is getting
Which
all the rewards. Best
DC
movie of
movie
the year.
was nominated for Oscar?
What?
That's a good question, Danny. None. That's right. And nobody likes K-pop Demon Hunter over here, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Those trophies are nothing but just paperweights. Absolutely. I heard she was in the movie for 15 minutes, Tiana Taylor. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Nick Jones. She's pretty much in there for about 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, 100%. And was a horrible character. I disagree with some Broncos earning their spot. Bills may run over them, but Denver kicks ass. I got you. She was a terrible character in that movie with Leo. Hated her role. The movie was mainly good, but the role was horrible trash. That movie was absolute trash. And you guys go watch my video why I think it's trash. But One Battle of the Next is one of the most worst movies I have ever seen. I did not like it. I know people say, "Oh my god, I can't believe you're saying that." But yeah, just what they did with that character.
I've heard back and forth. It's like I don't know. I hear people like you. I hear people on the other side of it. So.
There's a few people that actually think it's good. Oh my gosh, Chris! I thought you were light skinned. Listen, man, ain't nobody think Chris was light skinned.
I'm telling you right now. I know all you guys thought I was a black man, but I'm not.
No, that's exactly right. What up, Mike? Said awards are useless. Absolutely. There also might be something to be said about Sinners being released too early. That's why most studios save Oscar flips for the year end because voters have short attention span. Yeah, I see that too, but at the same time, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just gonna say I get that idea, but yeah, honorary awards are great there, but man, that's like saying, hey, we know you were great, but we fucked you over. Here you go, have an award anyways. Again, and those are a shitty award. It's a shitty fucking award.
Those are the ones that are worse. Yeah, true, but I understand why Spike Lee felt like he did. A lot of people didn't want Malcolm X made. Prince and Michael Jackson helped to donate so that movie could be made. Yeah, 100%. They didn't want it, and then there was a director who couldn't get it done. It was a white director who was signed up to do Malcolm X first, couldn't get it done. Then Spike Lee took it over, and that's what we got, The Oscars had a nomination group of people and a voting group of people, and years ago, some voters didn't watch the actual movie. They just voted for who they liked. Absolutely. Look at Betty Davis. She believes she should have won more Oscars, but she couldn't beat the politics of it all. Said, I think Danny's frozen. Yeah, Danny is kind of frozen. He comes back and forth. I hate award shows too. There was a time I used to love them. I used to record them so long ago. At a time, they were good to watch, but then you get into the politics of it, and then it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not.
I think the older we get, you were.
Chris was freezing at one point, but you were freezing too at one point, Danny. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. No, you're good, Danny. You're good now. Unfreeze Danny. He turned it down because the treatment of Native Americans in cinema. Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Brando
was a Native American. A white guy gets up there and talks about Native Americans. I mean, yeah, that's right. He got somebody. It was a Native American girl that came and spoke on his behalf, but he turned it down. Again, I think the older we get, we see the politics, and yet we go back and you look and you realize those politics have been there the whole time. And again, I get in this thought process of I don't think it's necessarily right for somebody like Marlon Brando to be the quote unquote white knight to come galloping in and send a Native American girl up there to say he's not taking this award because, of this and this and this. But sometimes it does take somebody like Marlon Brando to say, this is ridiculous. Why am I winning this? Why, but I don't know. It's going to take a very large portion of people to turn the tide on it. Or I saw earlier, whoever said it, that said that they're a dying breed. Right there.
Tony.
You have it right there. Tony, you said it. I think you're right. I think we're at the point now where these awards, all they are is a number we're in front of it. It's the 125th Oscars, and it's like, who cares now? I don't know. I don't watch them, so yeah. Okay, but sorry.
It's important to all groups, but it's way too political and brought by money and power. Absolutely. Actors just want to be recognized for their work. That's all, in my humble opinion. No, I agree with you 100%. Take the money out of it and it will be fair. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's all ego driven. So what's up, Danny? He said, the Academy voters don't always watch all of the movies they're supposed to vote on. Absolutely, Mike. And that's a problem, right? How are you able to vote on a movie if you haven't watched it? It just makes no sense. You guys don't think of Sinners falling into the horror genre? Ooh.
Even if it does.
Like I said,
I'll be right back, guys.
I think kind of crosses all of them.
I agree, Danny. I agree.
It's horror, dramatic. There's a little bit of musical, so it's kind of multifaceted.
Absolutely. Nothing. You said highway up there. I was just responding. Was making my salad when you said it. Gotcha. Said sevens. Okay, that makes sense. Golden Globes also cover television award as well, and many still watch television shows. Feige should hire Michael B. Jordan's twin brother from Sinners to play Blade. He seems like he could hold his own against some vampires. Facts. He did actually do that in the movie, right? He held his own.
What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember. Danny, you watched the movie more than I did. You remember the names?
Yeah, I won't give me a minute.
It'll come to you. Don't worry.
It's the 58 and up.
Facts. I can understand why you didn't like the new Leo movie. Totally understand that. I had the same convo about that snake asshole who left her kid to die. What a terrible black character. Yeah, and that's what she won for. That's my problem,
Smoke was one of them.
Smoke and Stack.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Award shows and parades are in the same category for me. Mind-numbing, dull to watch. I agree, Dandelion, 100%. Hollywood and celebs don't hold that excitement like they once were. Absolutely. His name was Boo. No, Stack and
Smoke.
And Smoke. Yeah, that's it. Stack and Smoke. But yeah, great topic, guys. Very interesting. We are going to get into the last topic, which is going to be very interesting. It actually is another topic from the award show, but this is something that a lot of people have been talking about, where it's hold on, let me bring it up. Damison Idris responds to Black Panther 3 rumors at Golden Globe. So we are entering a big year for Marvel Cinematic Universe. Another Spider-Man movie is coming. Avengers will once again assemble, but there are eyes on the developments of Black Panther 3 and if Damson Idris will take on the role of King T'Challa. Idris addressed the rumors on the red carpet of the Golden Globe Sunday, thanking the fans. Of course, it's a rumor, but I love that movie. I love the world. I'm glad that everyone sees the future of that too. It's moving in a brilliant direction. I'm excited for the third one. So let's listen to what he had to say here.
Every 5 minutes, there's actually two rumors. There's always the rumor about could Damson play Bond? You are British, so you would make sense. But there's also that rumor that you may end up in Wakanda one day. Yeah. What does it mean to hear yourself associated with Black Panther in that way, and that fans would want you in that world?
I'm to the fans, of course it's rumors, but I love the movie. I love that world. And I'm glad that everyone's seeing the future of that too, because it's moving in a brilliant direction. And I'm excited for the third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, do you have, I mean, Ryan will be here later. Do you have any ideas to pitch him, even if you're not in it?
Let's make sure it's amazing, but I know he'll do that.
All right. So now there are a lot of rumors going around, and I've seen them many times why I never really talked about them. And guys, remember, we're still doing the giveaway, right? Look at this. Look at this.
Did someone say,
yeah. Wow. That's funny.
I've heard of Spidey sense. I ain't never heard of T'Challa sense.
Facts, bro. Not one comment through the whole stream, and the minute we said T'Challa, I was like, oh, really? Did someone say T'Challa?
It's something in Chicago lot.
Facts, Danny. So what do you guys think?
That signal, like
because there are a lot of rumors saying that he was actually, and I seen it but I never really brought it up because I'm like, I don't know if it's true or not, but they were actually saying that he was going to be T'Challa. So what do you think, Danny? You think he should be T'Challa?
I like him, but I prefer to see the guy that plays Cross. I think
Hodges.
I think he'd be a better fit, but if they couldn't get him, I would definitely take him. He seems like he could do it. He seems to be interested in the role. I think he would, if he brings the energy he brought in Snowfall, he'll definitely do it because he killed it in Snowfall, the season I watched. So I'd go see it. But if I had my pick, I would pick the guy that played in Cross, Idris Hodge.
All right, Chris?
I'm good with it. I think he'd do good. F1, he did great in F1. And I'll tell you what, I was even more excited to hear the Bond thing. I think he'd do a great Bond. But I mean, he kind of has that look. And the physical attributes, he's not like, how would I say? He's not like muscle bound, but he looks fit. He looks really fit, like he could do the part. So I'd be really good with that. I think he'd be a good casting as T'Challa's son.
That's what I was about to say. So that, like you said, no, Toussaint. So what he's saying, if he is cast as Toussaint, I know Brian will love that. Brian will be their first day if they cast him as Toussaint and don't have T'Challa in that movie, right? We know, right, Brian? Is that correct, Brian? You'd be there? Danny, would you be okay with him being the T'Challa?
I would. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, whether they do T'Challa, Toussaint, I'm going to go see it. I know people that their opinions, and that's their opinions and their convictions, but I'm not up in arms now. Do I think he should be recasted? Definitely. But if they choose the route of going to make Toussaint actually take his Wakandan name, and he carries on the same stories and has the same characteristics and the same noble background, because T'Challa's not going to teach him, but I think Shuri will teach him some of the same history and background and stuff, and breathe that intelligence into him that T'Challa would. Of course, she can't show him the man things, and I'm not saying she can replace his father, but she could still give them the history and what it means to be a Wakandan. I could definitely see that. If they write the story right, I could see it. And then maybe M'Baku could be like his mentor or whatever, as far as not the Black Panther side of thing, but the history and the culture of it. If they write it right, I can see it. Either way, either direction, I'm going to go.
So I got you. Chris, you okay with him being Toussaint?
I don't know. I mean, I think that anything like that. I mean, he's a good actor. I think he's got the ability to do it however they want to play it. Will they go that way? I'm with you. I've heard rumors, but again, we still hear rumors going back to the Bond thing that Idris Elba is going to do that. I mean, I doubt that's truth, but I would be happy for him coming into Black Panther. I think he's a good actor to do that. However they introduce him, we'll see. But I'd be okay with it.
I don't think he would be a good Bond.
You don't think so?
So? Why not?
I don't think he's handsome enough.
I don't know about that.
I don't. I'm just being honest.
Somebody thought Daniel Craig was the guy, and I think Bond is not a matter of are you the right guy or not.
I think Bond has a certain
approach to it.
He has a certain look and a certain laissez-faire, I guess is the correct word to use. I just don't think he has that. This guy right here, this is who I think would kill it as Bond.
Shifty said there was even a rumor they might bring Pierce back for an old
remember hearing about that.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. We don't want that. That's like watching Harrison Ford play Indiana Jones again, and I'm just not interested in seeing that ever again, you know?
This guy in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
can't think of his name. But he is rumored as, and he plays in one of those British movies where he's some kind of aristocrat. To me, James Bond has a certain height, a certain look, a certain build, a certain sophistication. I don't see it in the other guy, but could he work on that? Yeah.
I got you. Personally, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing him as Bond. I'd be okay with that. Helmsworth would absolutely kill it as Bond to give it to him. You think so?
I think Hodge would do it. The guy that does, I think he could kill it as Bond.
Oh, 100%. Khoas?
Yeah, because he has that, he just got that it factor, whatever. The other guy, to me, doesn't have the it factor.
No, I completely
He's
understand
good. It's just like we said earlier. I don't think he's peak Damon Hodge, whatever. I think right now, Eldridge Hodge is peak.
I got you. And Eldridge Hodge, I think, is a little bit more harder right now, but F1 was a good movie. So
now I think what's his face could take it. Henry Cavill.
You think Henry Cavill could be a good Bond?
I think he's too old. I think he's still too old again, just like Idris Elba. I mean, though, again,
I think he's in his 40s.
Henry Cavill, I understand that, but Henry Cavill it was down to him and Daniel Craig. And they thought he was too young. And they picked Daniel Craig.
He born in 83.
I understand that, but I think he might be getting on the upward side of it now. I don't know. Maybe not.
Might be a good Bond. That'd be interesting to see. Guys, let us know what you think. You know what I mean? If you have any comments, and
he's 41.
And Nick Jones, I don't even want to talk about that right now. Like, I'm just, anyways, guys, it is time. We are going to do our giveaway, and what we are going to be giving away. So for the people who haven't seen it yet that popped in here, we are giving away this Avengers Monopoly game. And we are going to be doing it by playing our duck race, right? So let me add that to the screen here. I want everybody in the chat. We got 11 people up in here now. We've had 15 at one point, but we got 12. Put a 1 in the chat so that we can add your name to the list. And then once we add your name to the list, you will be put into the game. So
and Nzo, I'm so glad that you did mention that it's our duck race. That's right. It's Chaos Central. It belongs to us.
Yes, it is ours. All right. So I'm gonna add the names into it.
Nick, Dandelion, Papa Socks, Tamika.
All right, Dandelion. Hold on, I gotta go back and forth. We got Anik Jones, Papa Socks, Tamika.
First Dandelion loves the duck race. Shitty, you still there? Tony, are you still there? Brian. I don't think who else I saw up here. David Quintana.
About Mike.
You guys, Mike was here.
Mike was here, absolutely.
You gotta be present though, guys. You gotta stick around for the whole thing.
Yes, absolutely. We need to be able to get you in there, and then get your information if you win as well. So Tamika. All right. So if anybody else, so far we have only 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
You don't have to play it. You can put it up on a shelf and look at it. I mean, again, it's
no duck for
me. If I were to win it, I'd put it up as just something to look at. I mean, I got lots of stuff I don't play with.
Yeah, including yourself.
See, I knew that was for the skill. I knew it. Flip that. Flip that. Flip that.
Tony, anybody else? Not the Department of Homeland Security posting a white nationalist anthem on IG. Said too much info, Chris. Come on, guys. Let's get the vote. Let's get the picks in there. How many people? We still got 12 people in here. So the 12 people, anybody? Well, no, if they posted on Chaos, I'd be able to see too. All right. So far we have Dandelion, we have Anique Jones, we have Papa Socks, we have Tamika. Mike, you want in on this? Put a 1. Anybody else want in? Put a 1. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm gonna put you in there anyways, Rogue, since you're here. Rogue comments there. If you win it, you could probably sell it in your store. Who knows? Or you can keep it. It's up to you.
My daughter was in here earlier. One of them.
Yeah, I seen Ashton, right?
Yep.
I can put her in there too as well. Not a problem. Not a problem. Who else did we have up in here? I'm just going to add you, and if you guys didn't win, we'll take you out. What about you, Brian? You still there? All right. All right. So seeing is that nobody else is actually commenting, I put in a few names in there as well. And yeah. So let's see what we're going to do here. Where is my screen? Add to screen. David was here too. David was here. David was here as well. All right. I'll put David in there too.
About Shifty. Oh.
Shifty said he didn't want to, so I mean,
yeah, throw him in there.
All right, I'll put Shifty in there. Shifty as well. I mean, personally, if I won it, I wouldn't open it either. I still have personally, I have the Phantom Menace one, I have the Empire Strikes Back one, and I believe I have the Return of the Jedi one. So I have a few of those. All right, so we have 9 people in the game right now, and we will get it started in a few seconds. Let's see here. I'm gonna put it on for, let's say 1. Let me set it. Oh shit! No, wait, hold on. I go back.
Are we clear? Or go back? Just head back.
No. Okay, so I can't do it that way. Gotta go back this way. Oh my lord.
Clear one more time.
Which one?
Clear one more time. See what happens.
Clear starts it.
Nothing. Okay.
Hold on. Settings. Okay, there we go.
There you
go. So I do it like this.
Is everybody in it though?
I believe the names are still there. Yes.
Set for like 1:30.
1:30?
Yeah.
All right. So we got 1 minute. We got 9 people in there as well. All right. Set it. So there it is. We have Shifty, David, Spoiler Kings, Ashton, Rogue, Tamika, uh, uh,
Meek.
yeah, Anik, and whoever those two are, I can't see. All right, guys. So get ready. We are going to start the race in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Oh, my daughter ain't gonna win. She out in the front too.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Give it a second. Give it a second. It changes.
Watch. Look at David.
What is
Look
this
at
with
David's
this Donald
duck.
Trump duck? What is it with the Donald Trump duck? It's always up there.
It's that dandelion or that Super Kings, Spoiler Kings.
Oh yeah, whoever's in the background there.
Yeah, watch. It's gonna change.
I watch Dandelion. The ones in the end behind is the one that comes up.
Oh, Rogue went down to the last all the way there. Spoiler King's moving up to the front.
Oh, Tamika moving up.
Tamika's moving up.
Dandelion says Trump duck cheats.
Facts.
Look at Dandelion duck. That's usually come up.
Oh, Tamika moving up there.
Oh, look at Shifty sneaking in.
No, Dandelion.
Papa Sock
has just been sitting right there, just chilling out.
Yeah, he's not gonna win.
David is. David gonna win it.
Wow. Trumpy duck. Is David there?
Is David Quintana still in the chat? David, are you still there?
Still out there.
Wow. The
If
Trump.
not, are we racing again with like 30 seconds?
Yep.
Go ahead and
David,
check that out.
David,
if he's not here.
Still here?
See, Trump duck cheated. I know, right? We're gonna make sure we don't get no dumb truck. He's not.
All right,
here.
hit that X up the top. Hit the X.
No. I go here.
Yeah,
Edit
you can take
names. David comes out. All right,
Yep.
It's done.
All right. Drop it down to a minute or 30 seconds.
Yeah, a minute.
A minute. Do a minute. All right, guys, we're starting it again. 5. You want to shuffle the characters? Let's shuffle the characters. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Race number 2.
Well, who gets left behind? Like the first second, somebody's just dropped way to the back. It's like
facts. Shifty's all the way in the back.
Dandelion's a Bobby.
You better watch out for Shifty, because that's you the ones that end.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, he's a pirate duck. He's gonna come and Shanghai the whole thing.
Mike said Trump cheated. Demand a recount. Yeah, we did. Danny. Danny.
There's a king, though. There's a king.
She ain't gonna win. Like Brian coming.
Oh, Ryan stepping up.
What? Total change of everything.
Wow.
Brian won.
Is Brian in the chat though?
Brian, are you in the chat?
I know he was there. Brian, are you in the chat? Anik said no, and Anik won that bad, eh? And he said no, he's not here either.
So do we say like Beetlejuice? Just say T'Challa.
Yeah,
T'Challa.
Well, I guess you take him out.
Yes, we will take him out.
Yeah.
All right. So that was another one we taken out of the list. Spoiler Kings.
Dropping like flies. Here we go.
Yes, they are. All right. So we're gonna set it for 1 minute. We're going to shuffle the characters, and we're going to do this again. All right. Now, guys, if you're in the chat, I want my duck to be last at the beginning. Yeah, we know you do, Nick Jones. Said, LOL, I could be the only duck in the race and still come in last. That was funny, Dandelion. That was funny.
All right, Tamika coming up.
Tamika coming up. The Dandelion, Papa Socks. They all move back.
Oh, Mike might be trying to sneak up there.
Oh, yeah, looks like Mike moving up there.
Uh-oh.
Tamika.
Tamika coming.
Uh-oh.
And Anik. Tamika.
Oh, Tamika. Now, here's the question. Is Tamika still in the chat? Is Tamika still in the chat? Tamika was here, but I know she usually has a show, so she might have had to go on to her show.
You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
she's there.
Right at the last second.
Right at the last second. Tamika's there. So we already have your information, Tamika, because of the last one you won. She said her birthday gift. Yes. Oh, happy birthday. Again, I said it to you on your post.
Yep.
But again, happy birthday. And
happy birthday.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Tamika is here. Sorry, Anik. I know you really wanted to win that. But like I said, we are going to be doing this once every month. So make sure to check out the shows. Next month, it will be Chris's show who's doing it, which will be Black History Month. So we will be giving away the Wakanda Forever Monopoly on that one. So he says she should be disqualified if she won already. No offense, T. No, she won that like last month. So every month somebody else has a chance to win. You know what I mean, Anik? I get you. But at the same time, just come try again. You'll get one. You'll get one. Trust me on that one. You'll get one, you know? So Tamika, congratulations on that. We'll definitely be getting that out to you as soon as possible. Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays. Check out the one I uploaded this morning. Also, you can check me out
on...
Oh,
my fucking God.
What?
23.
He's watching.
Sorry about that. Also, you can check me out on the Hangout on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the first 2 Wednesdays of the month here with these fellas, and on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check me out on Storms Live.
Yes. Mr. Knight, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Real Review 3000, of course, here. First 3 Mondays, like Danny said. Real Review 3000, we do the weekly wrap-up on Sundays, fun and games, crazy news stories, toys that should never be given out, but we do purchase those. Fun things like my first chainsaw for your toddler. Great things. And also, we just started the weekly, oh God, I can't even talk now. We just restarted Unmasking the Masked Singer. Yeah, I know. Unmasking the Masked Singer is back last week. Masked Singer started back up. On Tuesdays, we release our Unmasking the Masked Singer shorts, giving you little insights of what we might say on Wednesday, which we released a full video on Wednesday, which comes out approximately 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 1 hour before the show airs. So check that out. Did really well this past week. Good to be back doing the full videos again. It took me 30 minutes to get through the whole uploading process of a video because it's been so long since I've done an upload of a video. I've just been doing live streams. So I was like, how do I do this? I'm like, oh my God. So it was great to do that. Glad to be back doing those things. But really good show tonight. Great topics. Appreciate you having me as usual. And,
always a pleasure.
Tamika, happy birthday and congratulations.
And she said, "Thank y'all. I played my DVD as soon as I got it. Thanks, fellas. Yeah, the greatest Spider-Man movie of all times, Tamika. I hope you didn't play it. You know what I mean?" Dandelion said, "Good show, guys. Have a great week. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I am Big Afford Entertainment. Next show will be on Wednesday where we do the OOC. And we got a lot to talk about on that one, too. So it's going to be an interesting show. Make sure to check that out as well. But I want to appreciate everybody that came on here with us. Thank you very much. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.